Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as promised, I bring you guys another deck profile. This time it's on my Endymion Pendulum deck. So I made some changes now that Agarpain is banned. And honestly, I kind of want to focus more towards the Endymion package more than just Guardragons entirely. I also scrapped the Pendulum Magician package just for this build because, I really like what the Endymions can do by themselves. The fact that they can easily turn around cards like Jackal King. So you can avoid like Nibiru and all that stuff. So anyway, this is just my own personal build. It's still just as competitive as it usually is, at least. And again, just like it focuses a little bit more towards like the spell counter mechanic, and yeah, that's generally the idea behind it. And you can still pull out multiple negates on board, so that's actually one of the cool things about this deck. Now, keep in mind, you still want to utilize the Guardragon package, mainly as just extenders and just to help you get a little extra draw power and just, dig out your deck for like Destrudo or even Darkworm if you needed to, but generally, yeah, it also brings out cards like Aether, the Empowering Dragon. So anyway, let me just show you what I got. Alright, so starting off, going to be playing 3 copies of Servant of Endymion. Everyone already knows what this card does. It's amazing. The fact that you can remove 3 spell counters to special summon a monster that can, from your deck, that can get a spell counter on it is just way too good. So it essentially acts as a 1-card Electromite, but generally, most of the time, you just want to sit on that Jackal King and just keep building up those spell counters. Next, I actually decided to bring this card back, Magister of Endymion. This card's actually pretty broken too. So, like Servant of Endymion has the exact same effect, only he summons from the extra deck. So, if you need to send like another Jackal King, like sit on 2, well, there you go. Magister of Endymion easily gets you access to your second one. And of course, let's not forget Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, just for spell and trap card negation, and he really can't be targeted if he has a spell counter on. So definitely a great card just to run. For the Mythical Beast, I'm actually running Jackal King at 2. I was running him at 1 for a long while, but I brought it back up to 2, mainly because I do want to see this card a little bit more often. And 1 Garuda. Most people don't bring it, well, don't play this. Some people do. It's just like, me personally, I like to play because it's a spell and trap card removal. Plus, it acts as a form of disruption if you have 3 spell counters anywhere. You can remove them, special summon this card from your hand, and bounce back one of your opponent's monsters. So, really amazing card. Alright, moving on. Running 3 Chronograph Sorcerer, and of course, gotta run the 1 Time Gazer Magician. Just another way to extend, and plus, like the fact that you can place it on the Pendulum scale and just pop itself. It's just a good way to build up on those spell counters, as I mentioned. Next up, 2 Curtain Raiser. Just for consistency, it's a free summon if it's in your Pendulum zone, and as long as you control no monsters. I'm also running 1 copy of Magical Abductor. I wanted to run 1 more, but I think 1's just fine. It's just like like another second card just to run in case if I didn't open up with that Endymion card, Servant of Endymion. So just a good way to search out your Pendulum cards. And as a tech option, I actually decided to run Archfiend Eccentric. I know this has been suggested to me multiple times, and I finally had the room to actually put it in. So Archfiend Eccentric, just another way to get rid of spells and traps. Also, if this and its monster effects that you can tribute this card, target 1 monster on the field and pop it. So free spot removal. So I figured why not, and its scale is pretty decent. 7 scale is not bad. Alright, next we go for the Supreme King package. Gotta play 3 Darkworm. Still need the 1 Gate 0. I actually got a combo with this, which always gets me into access to cards like Odd-Eye's Absolute Dragon, and then from there I go into Vortex Dragon. 1 Aether, the Empowering Dragon, just for free removal. Banishes, not destroy, so really powerful. And the only non-pendulum monster I'm running is Destrudo. Is a level 7, and also he gains me access to all my synchro monsters, including Borreload Savage Dragon, which honestly you could target like Jackal King, synchro summon this with Mighty Master of Magic, and still go into Borreload Savage Dragon. So you don't even need the Pendulums, but if you want to run, or the Pendulum Magicians, I mean. But if you still want to run that package, by all means, go ahead. And that's pretty much it for my monsters. So now we're just moving on to spells at this point on. Gotta play 3 Spell Power Mastery. Searches out your Endymion cards, and if you already have one on the Pendulum scale, you just give it another spell counter on it. For Draw Strength, I'm running 3 Allure of Darkness and 3 Potted Desires, mainly because I'm running a bunch of 3-ofs. So this is actually one of the few decks I'm actually okay with running 3 Desires. In most other decks where I do run it, I only run 2, but for this one, I'm actually okay with it. For field spells, I'm actually running 2 copies of Secret Village of Spellcasters. What's amazing about this card is that it avoids Super Poly. Like, I can easily bypass Nibiru, but Super Poly is the one card that actually scares me. So if you play this, and you have spellcasters, your opponent cannot Super Poly you, so they're going to have to get rid of the Secret Village if they want to do that. I'm only running 1 copy of the Magical Citadel because, again, this deck is now more reliant on the spell counters, so the more you build up, the better. And you can use the spell counters off this card as cost instead of the cards on their own. So, and once I'm done, usually I just switch out with the Secret Village. Next, 1 Terraforming, of course, just search them out. And from here on out, it's just my 1-0s, 1 Dragon Shrine, I think 1 is just fine, 1 Foolish Burial, and Upstart Goblin. So 40 cards, but it feels like 39 thanks to the Upstart Goblin. Everyone already knows the gimmick behind that one. Alright, so now we're moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty standard. I'm running 1 Electromite, definitely need it. 1 Hieratic Seal, just to get you access to your dragons. 1 Beat Cop. I'm still running the 2 main Guardragons, Pisty and LP. Like I said, you definitely still want to utilize this package as best as you can. Running 1 Triple Burst Dragon. And of course, Saryuja is the one from the new Dual Devastator. And for my last Link 4s, running Appaloosa. And then for OTK, or win conditions really, Boral Sword Dragon, just to steal the games. Alright, for Synchros, still running F.A. Dawn Dragster, definitely a great card to negate. I'm actually running Arcanite Magician now, just because he's another form of spot removal. And again, with the Citadel, you could easily just remove counters from that card instead. But he gains 1,000 attack points for every counter that's placed on this card. So, yeah, I don't know, he already gets 2 spell counters once he Synchro summons, so that's another awesome thing about it. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, and then Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. So this is the combos. Like, if you have Gate 0 already on your Pendulum scale, you summon this out by any means necessary. He'll summon out the scale. You overlay into Absolute Dragon. Link off Absolute Dragon with whatever monster. Usually I always have Saryuja out already, so just link him off to a Hieratic Seal, and it'll give me instant access to my Vortex Dragon. So, and that's of course the last card in my extra deck. So, yeah, this basically replaces Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Alright, so for side deck, for like going second, because this deck's better going first, playing Nibiru. Like Thunder Dragons, they have a hard time against backward related strategies. Even Heroes too have that problem. I'm actually running 3 copies of Denko Sekka. I'm also running Dark Ruler No More, primarily for the mirror match only. I'm also running Cosmic Cyclone. And I'm a little iffy on this one, but I think this is actually working out really good. Especially because Magical Muskets actually have a pretty powerful matchup against this deck for some reason. I'm not sure how. I really don't, but I found that Royal Decree really helps. So, and not just that, but it also helps against Subterra Guru. They can't activate traps like at all. So with this card, it just comes in handy. So I'm still testing it out a little bit more, but who knows? This could actually be a permanent card I'll run in the side. Well, anyway, that's all I got for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And stay tuned for another deck profile. See you next time.